No, I don't. I honestly don't. I'm not trying to be like I'm big shot. I have no idea who he is.
Oh, no.
That's speculation. I'm sorry.
It's not speculation. You're saying what?
No, you can. Well, I mean, look. No,
I think
you're a lot of.
I'm asking for your definition. I want to know your definition.
No,
of fascism.
No.
I think it's
sorry. Tricks.
Well, slow down.
I think Tommy.
No. I'm not playing that game because it's trap. You are bad faith.
That's just not responding.
You are bad faith, and I think I made it.
Not because that's the whole. That's
the trap game. Secondhand story is insane, and you guys should be ashamed of yourself. But I want to ask you, Slasher probably did not have the story secondhand. Can we agree on that? Can we agree on that?
Slasher didn't.
No. So it just like, look, I agree with Richard Lewis 100%. I mean, it's ridiculous to hear something and go out there and like you wouldn't even know what you're accusing him of because you don't have all the evidence. But Slasher was told by Twitch directly, more than likely. Does he have an obligation to come out under that? It's an honest question. It's not me.
No. Why would it? What? I don't think so. No, I think Slasher's retardation was tweeting out about it at all. But I don't think he was under any obligation to run a story.
He was an independent journalist at the time, so the only reason he would have kept his mouth shut is because he knew he would probably he'd fuck his career up by leaking it. You know, and then I honestly, I don't know.
Is that wrong? I mean, look, there's plenty of
I don't know. I'm asking, is that wrong? That's the question. I don't know. I mean, look, if you knew the veracity of it, yes. If you knew, because nobody knows the veracity of the whole thing. All right, absolutely nobody knows. That's why everybody wants the leaks, because they want to know how bad it was. Was a girl 17 and 2 days before she was 18, or was she 12? That's what people want to know. So if Slasher knows and knows the details, and he kept his mouth shut because Twitch told him to after they leaked it to him deliberately, is Slasher under a different set of rules than, let's say, a Destiny, a Richard Lewis, or something like that?
I don't think anyone is under any obligation to say anything ever about anything. Like, you know, if anyone you're going to be critical of, it would be Twitch, because they seemingly the ones that were trying to cover it up. You know, I mean, if Slasher got enough information to publish it and he didn't, I mean, that looks bad on him because he could have got a good journalistic piece out about it. But I'm assuming that he didn't have enough info in order to publish a story, which is why he didn't.
You think so? All right, let's see. I don't know.
What do you think? Well, tell me.
I don't know. Well, I don't know.
What shit have you got for me today? Come on.
Well, first of all, I got most of this right. They must have stopped him. They must have stopped him. He wrote, "We got him. He's done. He's finished." All right. So he may have known the veracity. So if he knows the veracity of the whole thing, somebody must have told him to stop. Why would a reporter listen to his source on that circumstance, under that circumstance, after he told him the whole thing? And if kids were in danger, he has an obligation to break his source.
Oh, okay. My guess is that he had some information, but it wasn't from a first-hand source.
If that's the case, then if that's the case, you're right.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. If that's the case, you're right. Then he falls under the kind of the protection that, for lack of a better word, that Richard Lewis and everybody else, because everybody else heard it second-hand. But what if he didn't? That's what I'm asking. What if he knew the veracity? What if Twitch told him, hey, we're leaking this to you so you can break the story first? And they say, the lawyer gets a hold of it, and they say, ho, Slasher, hold up, don't say anything. We could be open to some kind of a legal thing.
But where the thing is, I understand, is where are you getting this idea that Twitch themselves, I mean, who at Twitch said that? Was it Twitch as an organization? Was it one of the head honchos? I think they were quite quiet on this. Maybe he spoke to someone who had secondhand information, and they said to him, actually slow down a bit because I don't know if we're going to be able to go ahead with it.
If that's the case, then yeah, then he's fine. But if it was a big wig, it's a different story. What
it feels like is you want to hold Slasher to a different standing because you don't like him. That's what it sounds like.
I don't know that at all. I don't know that at all. I think I don't. How do I hold him to a different standard when I just said if he heard it under the same conditions of Richard Lewis, then yes, Richard Lewis is 100%.
It's like you're trying to find a reason to do that. Do you not think that's what it feels like
find a reason. I just gave you two different scenarios, and in one scenario I think he's 100% innocent. The other scenario he's not. So that's not giving him a double standard. That's giving him two different standards. That's giving him the same standard as Richard Lewis. So if you're going to say that I'm holding a double standard when I give you both scenarios, whether he should be accountable or not, I don't think that's quite fair.
Okay.
All right. So
apparently there's do you know who Kuihman is?
No, what's Kuihman?
Kuihman. Oh, he's an associate of mine. He does a stream. He's been very critical of you. Very harsh words, I hear.
Oh, really?
What do you think about that?
Oh, no, I'd like to know what he said. Maybe you can summarize it.
Okay. I mean, listen, if he wants to hop on, maybe he can hop on. I mean, no pressure on anyone, but, just throwing it out there.
No, I honestly don't. I'm not trying to be like, I'm big shot. I have no idea who he is.
Oh, bro.
No.
That's crazy.
No, I don't. I don't know who Kuihman is. No one's wrote me. The only shit that I've taken online is when I made an optical review that if it was somebody like if it was dick and fart jokes to a 17-year-old, which is extremely inappropriate, I think his audience would probably forgive him. Clearly that ship sailed. It really doesn't matter at this point now, but I don't know what he could be particularly critical of.
Sorry, what was your point there? So you were saying that you think his audience...
No, I made a tweet that was controversial that Mr. Girl got mad at. I said, look, if we get, if the details of this come out and we find out these are just dick jokes or maybe sexual innuendo, while inappropriate, while wrong, while worth firing, I could see the audience looking the other way. And that's I don't know if I said anything much more controversial than that.
Yeah, I mean the thing is with Mr. Girl is he's obviously got a big thing in regards to creators and power dynamics.
Well, I mean he just wrote back and he says, well, if it was very graphic or if it was just a little graphic, would it be okay? That's what he wrote back. And this is a guy that told me on my stream that he found the girls in Cuties attractive. So I really don't take any kind of lecture from him.
Okay, but look, that is to me, that's a very lazy way of engaging with it, right? Because you can obviously write someone off for some crazy shit they've said.
I can write him off.
But that doesn't really speak to, I mean, I would look at that and it seems like he has got the, power dynamic autism and he's really focusing on that aspect of it and seeing you as downplaying it. So I don't know if I even necessarily agree with him.
He's using the word very and kind of twisting and splitting hairs. I'm not. I haven't
focused on what he said now rather than.
I haven't run a defense. I haven't run a defense for Dr. Disrespect post finding this stuff. So for him to kind of force his will and try to make it out like I am running a defense when I'm just making an observation is pretty bad faith. So I don't think I have to be very good faith to somebody like that. And considering that he talks that he's okay with, prepubescent, by the way, saying they're attractive. I'm sorry, I don't owe that guy a fucking thing.
Okay, that's fine. Well, listen, yeah. I appreciate you hopping on, okay? As long as you're cool with it. Kuihman did have some issues with what you were saying. And if
I'd love to know what they are. Well, he's more than welcome to come and call in.
Let's go, base. Let's go. Okay. Oh. Why is no one joining? Hello, mate. How's it going?
Yeah, it's going good. I just got out of bed first, so.
Thanks for hopping on, mate. I'd obviously heard you had some issues with Tommy here, so
okay.
Let's talk about it. What's going on?
All right, let's talk about it, sir.
Sure, Tommy. It just seems like you came on stabbing around in the dark for the absolute worst interpretation of what Sasha did, with basically no evidence. And you just presupposed the idea that he got direct information from Twitch, and then also presupposed the idea that Twitch directly told him to stop talking about it.
I mean, I think that's a pretty what would make an independent journalist just cut something like that off.
Well,
I mean, obviously, I'm speculating. I'm not going to sit there and deny to you that I'm speculating.
No. Okay, well,
yeah.
You may be saying you're speculating now. You didn't initially speculate. You also didn't speculate on your stream when you said it, just like a day ago. So,
everything I've said is speculation. If
you said.
So you can show me where I said.
I can pull up a quote. Yeah, we can do the transcript search. Fuck it, why not? Give me a moment.
No worries. See, this is why I wanted to get you guys in the room together because there's been a lot of talk.
I honestly,
you've got no idea who this guy is, Tommy, right?
No, I honestly don't. Okay. I'm not trying to be a fucking jerk off here. I've never done that in my life.
I don't expect you to, no problem.
Okay. Let me just get his quotes there. Whilst you're doing that, Green, was there any other kind of points of contention you wanted to throw in there?
No, just Tommy keeps pitching this as the only explanation. So when I say definitive, I'm not saying he says I've seen evidence for this. He says that's the only explanation.
Well,
that's the only reason.
Well, then it is speculation.
That's not.
If I don't have it definitive, then it is speculation.
You're saying there's no other explanation. That's saying it's definitive.
It's the only one that's reasonable to be, but it's certainly not. It's the only one that's reasonable to be. But
with the evidence we have, there's no other explanation. That's a definitive conclusion.
Well, I mean, you can take it that way, but I'm not saying I have.
That's not take it that way. That's what.
Well, I mean, look, you sound like you're splitting hairs. To be honest with you, I never said
that's what
evidence.
the statement means.
That is my take. That's what I thought would happen, and I'm going to continue to do that. That's speculation. I'm sorry.
That's not speculation. You're saying what? You're
saying. You can. Well, I mean, look, that's
the only explanation.
That is what makes sense to me. Can I prove it? No, that's speculation.
Okay.
And you can say that. Is that a definitive statement? Absolutely. But it's not like you're talking to a journalist here. Jesus.
Sure. It also seems like you're constantly you've suddenly. I haven't really seen you comment on the actual case or the idea that Dr. Disrespect has lied for the last 3 years very much. I watched quite a bit of coverage.
You want like I don't know. I kind of threw him on the bus, didn't I?
What?
I mean, as soon as I found out, I'm posting memes about him eating cupcakes. Right. It's not like I've been
your entire last stream. Your stream about his admission wasn't about really the admission or Dr. Disrespect. It was all just about, these lefties who are actually fascists are trying to make us believe allegations without evidence, and that was the entire stream.
Well, that wasn't a stream. That's first of all, that's inaccurate. Right, that was a tweet. That was a 4-minute tweet that I made.
I just watched 4 minutes.
Let me finish.
Let
me finish. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm for a change. I'm not trying to be rude. Let me finish.
Okay, I watched half of that. It's not a 4 minutes. I'm talking about the video on your channel.
Yeah, the video. The video on my tweet. And what
channel. I'm correct you. Channel.
A channel.
At least the first 30 minutes of that video is you talking about lefties, calling them fascists, saying that Caseytron is a fascist, saying that Vito is a fascist.
Yes, I did. I did. I think if you let me explain it. You have to let me explain it. Yes, I think it is fascist prior to the stuff coming out, and I made that abundantly clear, and I think that's interesting you're omitting it, that these people were going after other influencers that were giving Dr. Disrespect the benefit of the doubt prior to his admission. And I think that the only thing, it was like, come on, it. And I think that is fascist to kind of push the allegations is the evidence type narrative.
What does fascist mean?
What? Oh, come on! I'm not playing fucking Bread 2 games with them.
No, I'm just asking.
Oh, no, you are. No, I'm not.
I just want to know what the word means.
No.
I don't know what it means.
I'm not a bread tuber. I'm not a bread tuber.
We're not getting into definition game. I'm happy to engage with your definition.
I know. I'm not playing that game.
Okay,
I'm not playing games.
What's your trap games?
I'm trying to be good faith with you, and you're playing trap games to try to make me look dumb.
What your definition of fascism is?
I think that it's fascist to demand people condemn somebody before the allegations are in. You can take that how you. I think it's fascist to demand that people condemn prior to the evidence. Go look up the definition. I don't play Bread 2 games.
Okay, I'll Google define fascism.
Well, fine. That's what I'm saying.
Do you know what it'll say? I think is a far right dictatorial form of government that.
Yes. Oh no. But see, I also believe that left wingers, even though they oppose fascism, also practice it. So just sit there and say, well, they can't be fascists. They're on the left.
That's fine. That's right. You can think that, but I would like to know what definition you have in your head.
This is not about me. We're talking about how come we.
Well, it is about you. It's about your commentary.
No. This is not about my statements. This is about me personally. This is about how I think. You want to talk about Dr. Disrespect? That's fine. I'm not playing Bread 2 games. I've seen this trick before. I'm not playing it.
I'm not a Bread 2.
I am not getting in definition games with you. No.
I think
you're a lot of
I'm asking for your definition. I want to know your definition of fascism is.
No, I'm sorry. I know you guys.
You just use words, but you don't really have you don't know what they mean.
Oh, I don't have a basis. You're gonna have to decide. You're gonna have to decide. You're gonna have to.
Tommy.
Stop interrupting. You're gonna have to decide whether I understand the meaning of fascism when I say I think it's fascist to demand condemnation prior to evidence coming out. So you're gonna have to come up with the idea whether I understand that or not.
I think it's pedophilic.
Sorry, Trix.
Well, slow down.
Tommy, I think it's pedophilic to use words without knowing what they mean.
Yeah, well, I know, because that's the whole point. That's the trap game. That's the trap game you're saying. So no matter what definition I give, it's incorrect. Therefore, you're stupid. Therefore, you're stupid. I know this trick. I know this trick. I think it's fascist to demand condemnation prior to getting the evidence. There, take it how you want to take it, because I know no matter what my definition answer is, it's wrong. You're stupid. I win. I'm bread tube. No, sorry. That's my answer.
Okay, so you do just throw around like crazy.
No, you're saying I stand by what I just prior to say. I know you're trying to win this so bad. I actually came in here good faith. I want to point that out. I came in totally good faith.
I just asked you for a definition. I was willing to engage with any definition you gave.
No. I'm not playing that game because it's trap. You are bad faith.
That's just not responding.
You are bad faith, and I think I made it.
Not responding to the argument.
I think it's fascist to demand condemnation. Why don't you?
Bad faith is a pedophile dog whistle.
What? Yeah, sure. Yes. All right. Look, you're not doing any good for yourself, man. I mean, I came in here totally good faith. I have a lot of respect for Chud, and I was like, oh well, one of his guys are criticizing me. He must be on the level. I didn't know he was just. I didn't know he.
I guarantee you. I
didn't know he was a standard. I didn't know he was a standard YouTuber.
How fucking stupid you are. That coverage.
Okay, that's it. That's what you want to do. Why don't you just call me stupid? Why try to play the game that I'm never going to fall for? If I'm so stupid, why didn't I fall for your dumb trap?
What do you mean? You could
I have no idea what you're doing.
You could have knocked down the criticism.
I'm going to gaslight you and pretend that I had no idea what I was doing. I'm just being totally good faith.
You could have contended.
You're a liar.
You could have contended with the criticism. If you were in the right, you could have contended with the criticism.
You haven't even addressed what my criticism was this. Again, I think it's fascist to demand demand commendation for evidence. You won't even engage with me on that. You turned it and you did a little red herring and talked about something different. You're bad faith.
Okay, sorry, Tom. I'm
saying no. I'm shutting you down. No, I'm not answering that.
I didn't realize I explained to you. Sorry,
are you going to the next one?
You've given a circular. I didn't realize how far behind you were. You've given a circular definition that just simply refers to the exact case we're talking about right now. That's all we've done.
Okay. I guess that makes me stupid. Is that what? Why don't you just call me stupid?
No, it just means you're being bad faith. You haven't engaged.
I'm being bad faith. I'm being bad faith by making that criticism. Is that an unfair criticism? That to say if you demand condemnation before evidence, is that bad faith?
So
please.
By that definition, if the Nazis had evidence for their claims, would they be?
That's a red herring. Talk about what I said. That's a red herring. Why don't you tell me if what I said is inappropriate? If it's unfair to call somebody fascist that demands condemnation.
If that's the only thing they're doing, yes, that's not the definition of fascist.
Okay, then I'm sorry. Then I stand on that argument. Have a good day. Are we good? Are we done?
Now I'm going to point out.
Because I'm not playing. I'm not playing trap games with you.
Okay, so now I'm
playing trap games with you. Are we done?
It's not a trap game. Now I'm going to point out.
Yes, it is. You're completely dishonest. I think I pretty much showed it.
No,
because you're not willing to deal with my arguments. You want to play fucking games, and I showed that completely. I can't. I was totally waiting to argue.
You asked me, is it fair to call someone fascist for saying that you should condemn someone without evidence? I said no. I don't believe that is fair to call someone fascist for that.
No, I do.
Okay, and now I
think any condemnation without evidence. You think it's fair to call for condemnation without evidence?
Hey, Tommy, you're
a fascist.
Water brain retard for 5 seconds. I'm going to explain to you very clearly. I'm going to explain to you. It's a bad way to use the term because you haven't got a consistent definition that applies to things you would call. I think you would call.
Well, I stand by my statement. I think it's fascist to do that. You can think it's okay to do that, or you think maybe that's too strong a word. I'm sorry, you don't like.
It's not too strong a word. It just simply doesn't describe what you're talking about.
Okay, all right, that's fine. Well,
right.
Then you've undone my argument. You've undone my argument, and you totally look in faith here. Oh wow, good job.
Okay, is there another point of contention that we can move on to? Because it's getting
probably not.
Okay,
sure. You said that you think that Vito is going after Dr. Disrespect for revenge against everyone because he feels slighted about cuties or something.
I don't know what it is, but yeah, that's one of the things I think. Am I not allowed to say because I think it?
Okay, what do you
by the way?
So what positions of vetoes do you believe that were spite based? What do you think was spite based? What do you think you wouldn't believe in any other circumstance?
I think it's when he was kind of demanding people or shaming people prior to the Doctrine of Disrespect admission coming out. I think that might have been revenge-based. I don't know. I haven't talked to him about it.
After there were 2 responses from Dr. Disrespect and after the Bloomberg article, is that? Sorry, fuck me, I can't talk. After the Bloomberg article as well as that, or just before the Bloomberg?
No, before. Look, you can say whatever the fuck you like. If people start doubling and tripling down on this stuff after Dr. Disrespect made a clean admission, I think that's a little bit ridiculous, to say the least. But my show yesterday was completely on what was said prior.
What was said prior to the admission?
Prior to the admission, man. I mean,
okay.
You're calling me stupid?
Because what Vito was explaining, because what I saw Vito explaining to people on Twitter was that you could discern the reason for the ban. You could discern. He wasn't saying.
Yeah, if you trust the source. I don't trust Twitch. I don't trust Slasher.
Okay, you don't trust a mainstream publication.
No.
Verified.
No.
Okay, why not?
Is that unreasonable?
Yeah, kind of.
Well, let me tell you, my non-fascist friend, you are more than
what do you think would happen?
What
do you think would happen? It's not the state, Tommy. What do you think would happen to Bloomberg if they forced it?
It's hyperbole.
What do you think? What do you think? It's not hyperbole. What do you think would?
No, it's not.
Okay, come on.
I gotta be honest with you.
Just like
all they do is getting definition wars. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is impossible. And it's just gotcha. All he does is gotcha.
Right, let's just slow down because Kuihman does have a point there. Kuihman, what
let me hear it.
Go on.
Sorry, I got completely fucking derailed. Do you remember what I was saying? Or
no, because I think
Bloomberg. I think.
Sorry,
I said no. I don't trust
Bloomberg. Sorry, that's my question. Shut up for teasing. So, what's going to happen to Bloomberg if they falsely accuse someone of being a pedophile?
I'd probably get sued.
Yeah, but so they're not going to go around and say something that's completely unverified, are they?
Are you kidding me? Do you know who Bloomberg is? They can absorb lawsuits. The papers get away with stuff all the time.
You have a delusional.
It's delusional to think a major. I grew up in New York area. Do you have any idea? You know what Bloomberg is? Do you know how big that corporation is? They get sued every day for 20 different things.
It's a big corporation, yeah, and they have a long history where the way they make retractions and they edit things and they say make clear statements.
And if they do that, then that's great.
If someone fucks something up, heads roll. That's how it goes. That is how it goes for all these mainstream publications. So to sit there and say that you don't trust the sources when they've said, "Oh, we've verified these sources. These are first-hand sources."
I didn't see anything about Bloomberg verifying the source until after fucking the thing. So no, in general, I don't trust these sources. But I've also said, we're all talking about prior to, you're trying to frame me as some conspiracy kook, but I've said clearly everything I had a problem with. Oh God, you sit there and you interrupt me. Everything I had a problem with was prior.
You've been going out this whole time. How can you say about interrupting now?
No, all right, fine. We'll just interrupt each other and just turn into a complete circus. I said over and over again, and you're deliberately ignoring me, that if you said this after the fact, after Dr. and you keep doubling and tripling down, yeah, I think it's unridiculous, and I think it would be ridiculous to deny Bloomberg. But prior, I think a certain amount of healthy skepticism is in order, especially considering we're talking about people with political biases. We're talking about Twitch. We're talking about those things.
Skepticism about what?
What does that have to do with it?
I have skepticism about mainstream news publications.
No, sorry. I just want to clarify something, because what is the skepticism about? Is it about the reason for the ban or the exact nature of what Dr. Disrespect did?
The reason for the ban. The reason for the ban. I would say the reason why, like that. I was unsure whether they had strong information. Well, I didn't know until actually, I would say after the fact that Bloomberg did anything on it. In fact, that was used against Nicholas Diorio too. That he didn't really buy their. And they said, didn't Bloomberg use 3 anonymous sources? Isn't that correct? That's what Nick reported.
I don't know that Nick was saying he didn't buy what Bloomberg was saying. I think he was saying it didn't move the needle for him because he was already on the same page.
Then I feel the same way. I don't buy it.
I just feel the same way as Nick Fury.
Are you trying to frame me as somebody who believes no mainstream sources under no circumstances? No, that's not the case. But in this particular case,
I'm framing you as someone
because it's politically charged.
In
this particular case, because it's politically charged, yes, I think a healthy amount of
politically charged? How's it politically charged?
Oh God, it's on Culture War Alliance. Now you're just completely dishonest.
Okay,
it's on Culture War Alliance. No. I think we're done now. Now I know I'm not talking to somebody.
Do you think?
Chud, I'm done. I'm done because I'm not talking to somebody who's going to pretend and gaslight me that this isn't a political thing. Sorry,
wait. Okay,
it's a political attack on Dr. Disrespect. Yeah, I know.
No, it's not a political attack. No. This falls on Culture War Alliance.
Leader of the white race.
You know that. You know that. So you're pretending it doesn't fall on Culture War Lines. So I'm sorry, you are completely dishonest.
It was not a fucking cultural issue. It's a bunch of fucking retarded.
You had the entire fucking left influencer running around shaming everybody for being skeptical.
This retarded Twitter mindset where you see some they/them celebrating something on Twitter.
I didn't say any of that. Now you're telling me stuff I never did.
No, I'm explaining to you.
Oh, come on. This is over. I won.
You're just
Goodbye.
delusional.
Are we done? Okay, I'm delusional. You know what? I'll take my performance here.
Yeah, you're like
I'll let your performance here speak for itself.
I was queuing on shit to run rampant in his scene.
Can I go? Listen, I don't want to hang up, ChudLogic. Can I go?
I mean,
you can leave any time, bro. You can leave any time.
No, I don't like hanging up. I don't like hanging up. I think that's lousy. I think it's disrespect. I would disrespect you, no problem. But no, that's fine. You're completely different.
Well, listen, we'll call it a day there. Okay.
All right.
Thanks so much, guys, for coming on. I appreciate it. Okay.
Have a good one.
Okay, guys, you later.
Sorry about that.
But listen, thanks for bringing the content. Appreciate it. Okay?
Well, I'm so mean to your friends all the time. I feel bad.
No, don't be, mate. I don't care. Do what you want.
All right.
Good luck to you.
Okay. I'll catch you later. Thanks for bringing me on.
No worries. Bye. Oh, Jesus.